A huge part of the success of your graphic design portfolio is going to be the typography, and so you're going to want to make use of some stunning and legible fonts. And so today I have some new and some beautiful fonts that you can download totally for free for commercial use. And that means you can then spruce up your portfolio heading into 2021. And later we're going to look at some of the best web-safe fonts and ask the question if web-safe fonts are even necessary heading into 2021. But first up, we have a lovely sans serif typeface that is relatively new to the block, and that is Neurom. It is a neat looking sans serif typeface that comes in both upper and lowercase lettering. Now I personally always have room for another good sans serif font in my library, and with this typeface, the only drawback is basically that it's only available in one weight. I would have liked to have seen it in multiple different weights, but considering it's free, it's going to do just fine. And yes, everything in today's video is free for commercial use. Now Neurom would be great for headings or titles on your portfolio pages, as seen here in this quick mockup. Now I used Elrond for the lower text below, and many of you guys will already know how much I adore the Elrond font family. So moving on, you might have a case of déjà vu looking at this typeface, and that's because it's called Déjà Vu Sans. Again, we do have some elegant sans serif letterforms in both upper and lowercase characters. Now unlike the previous typeface, this one is available in a whopping 9 different weights totally for free. They run from condensed all of the way up to bold oblique. Now considering the large variation in weights, this typeface can be used in a lot of different ways on your portfolio. And here I've mocked up an about page for my subscription-based website that is going to come out in 2021. And I've used the bold version of Déjà Vu Sans for the heading, and then a thinner version for it below the text. Now Archivo is a sans serif font family that is slightly more serious in nature than we've seen today, but I do love the typeface. Now we can see upper and lowercase letterforms that are quite unique and also pleasant to look at. The Archivo typeface is available in 8 different fonts, and you can download it totally for free right now. So this is a nice range of use, and it allows you, the designer, to have a nice scope for planning out your typography when using this typeface. But yeah, Archivo is especially serious, and so I think when using this on your portfolio or a design, it is something you want to consider. Always trying to match the typeface style to the context of your design. So next up we have a serif font in the form of Frank Rule Libre. Again, this typeface is totally free, and I think it's a very classy and a very robust serif font family. We can see both upper and lowercase letterforms, which is always nice. And this typeface is available in 5 different font weights, that is ranging from light up to black. Now, I personally rarely ever use a very thick serif font because I feel it kind of detracts from the elegance and the form of the lettering, but the choice is there if you do want to use it. But again, do consider the context. Serif fonts are not modern, and they do express class or sophistication and are very informal. So take all of this into consideration when applying them to your designs. So next we have a slab serif called Bitter, and I'm in no way bitter about this one. It's free to download, and it's a decent slab serif that comes in upper and lowercase characters. Now slab serif typeface are often regarded as a subset of serif fonts. Slab serif typeface look like serifs, but they have a specific slab section on them, hence the term slab serif. Bitter comes in 4 different font weights, as you can see here. That is essentially just bold and regular coupled with an italic version of both. Slab serif fonts are very astute, and they can express an educational excellence or a proof of skills. They also are becoming more and more popular within website design, so this might be something you want to look at for your portfolio. So what are web-safe fonts, and do they matter in 2021? Web-safe fonts are font styles that are usually pre-installed and made available on most devices or computers. Also things like smartphones and TVs and tablets and so forth. In an ideal world, you should have the ability to choose any font you want to use for your website. But in reality, there are restrictions on the type of fonts that you can use that are seen across every single device. Most computers and browsers have a preset of fonts that are installed right out of the gate. There wasn't a standard font set that was shared by all of the different companies that make these things. So if you use a font that isn't installed on the user's computer, then your website is going to have to revert to a generic font, which sometimes is going to render things unreadable, and it's not ideal at all. Some of my personal favourite web-safe typefaces are Open Sans, which you can find on Google Fonts if you don't have it, Georgia, which most people should already have, and then we have Arial, which is pretty much the de facto standard for most designers. I'm going to leave some links down below that relate back to web-safe fonts if you want to learn some more. But which font was your favourite in today's video? If you want to download more free fonts, do click a video on screen. And until next time, design your future today. Peace.